Nothing's ever made me want to quit more than this. Nothing's ever made me question more if I'm doing good or if what I'm doing is actually bad. And I'm finding it really hard to come through those thoughts. Hey y'all, pretty somber morning here. It's been 3 days since the incident that cost Mr. Huck his life. And I cry a lot. And I know that a lot of you are grieving too. And sometimes in that grief, different emotions come out at different times because we're hurt and we don't understand. And I have a full-blown confession to make. I've been mad. I went through the devastation part and I'm sad, all around sad. But in that sadness, I found myself being angry. And some of that anger I've even misdirected and had to apologize for. For everyone that is shaming us, and for everyone that's point blank saying, you have too much, you know, this is all your fault and you should do better, and what kind of sanctuary has these incidents happen? I thought you had dogs. Like, I could post a million horrible things. But I want you to know this. There is nothing that you can say that's going to beat us up more than we're beating ourselves up. My anger was towards the coyotes, towards Lester, towards my work, towards myself, towards the dogs that didn't protect him. I overthink every single thing. From even going back to why the bell? I have dirt on my face. I'm in the middle of planting and just trying to clean up some landscaping. Why the bell? Why Huck? Why even bring him to Longhorn Lester's? Why not keep him and I'm a survivor? And then I have to remind myself that everything had a purpose and everything had a reason. And whether it happened on video or it didn't, there's been nothing but good intention. It is wrong of me to point fingers at Lester for what he did or didn't do. It is wrong of me to be mad at our dogs for what they couldn't get to fast enough, or what they were even fearful of themselves. It's wrong of me to second guess buying a second property and making a better home for our animals. In a time of grief, in a time of sadness, probably one of the greatest sadnesses that I've ever shared with anyone. My message has always been, be kind. Just be kind. You never know what someone's going through. And I have to remind myself to be kind to me too. Because I am questioning purpose, mad at God, mad at me. And there's not a thing that anybody that's going to say that's mean in the comments that isn't already in my head. And if that is how you grieve or how you hurt, then okay, I can be your outlet. I started this part of my life, this chapter of animal care and hard work that goes into every single bit of it 5.5 years ago. Before there was ever any social media presence, before I shared it with anyone else, I knew that my heart was in what I was doing. And it started small. Started with a few donkeys. And they weren't even mine, they were Lester's. But I found myself wanting to be here in Texas more and more and more and to be a part of it. And with each more came a few more animals and a few more things that just fell into our lives. And when I look back on all of the time, I see good. There are some very great hurts and negatives and losses. And I've always said that if you didn't have loss, that you would never be able to celebrate the wins. And I have to keep reminding myself of that same thing. I've shared with you before that this phrase I wiped even more dirt on my face. This phrase that plays in my head nonstop. This too shall pass. It doesn't matter if the immediate anger and hurt subsides and that we get busy with the big things or just life in general. That hurt, it's always there. And with each passing and with each heartbreak, I don't find it gets easier. I find it actually gets worse. Nothing's ever made me want to quit more than this. Nothing's ever made me question more if I'm doing good or if what I'm doing is actually bad. And I'm finding it really hard to come through those thoughts. But then I have to remember that there are many other animals here who need care and love and who also give me a blessing. And that I have to take this loss and find the lesson. And find a way to do better. They all bring us lessons. In my professional world, anything that's been around longer than 3 years as far as things that I manage, we call that a legacy agreement or a legacy partnership. And while 3 years is very short, was a legacy friend, companion. I watched him come into this earth, and I couldn't be here to save him from leaving it. And that guilt, guilt's gonna stay a while. So I'm gonna do the only thing I know how. And take it a moment at a time. And try to sort through my head and my heart and figure out how to do better. How to prevent it from ever happening again. Because that's all I know how to do. I'm sorry if I'm not very inspirational or upbeat. But this one sucks. Thanks for listening to me. I'm so sorry.